The suppression began with a spray can. By 1946, synthetic pesticides offered what earth batteries could not: recurring revenue streams that lasted generations instead of centuries. The chemical industry understood that a $2 solution using copper, zinc, and soil moisture would eliminate their $5 billion annual market permanently. I observe this pattern because it demonstrates how profitable industries eliminate competition through information control rather than product prohibition. The earth battery technology was never banned or discredited through scientific refutation. It simply disappeared from public knowledge while chemical alternatives received massive promotional campaigns. The physics were established definitively in 1749. Abbé Nollet, court physicist to the King of France, documented that electrified soil repelled insects while identical uncharged soil attracted them. This was not speculation. This was controlled experimental observation that remained consistent across multiple trials over several weeks. Alexander Bain confirmed the mechanism in 1841. Two dissimilar metals buried in damp soil generate approximately 1 volt through galvanic action. The moisture serves as electrolyte, enabling ion transfer between copper and zinc plates. This voltage creates an electromagnetic field that affects insect behavior patterns within a measurable radius. According to early indicators, European farmers adopted earth battery systems throughout the late 1800s and early 1900s. Robert Forrester documented complete pest elimination across his barley fields near Edinburgh in 1845. Justin Christoffelo reported 7-foot oat growth with zero fertilizer and complete insect control using antenna-style installations in the 1920s. The International Conference of 1912 presented comprehensive evidence supporting electroculture methods across multiple countries and crop types. Scientific consensus existed regarding the effectiveness of earth-based electrical systems for both plant growth enhancement and pest control. Then, World War I destroyed the agricultural infrastructure of northern France. I recognize this timing because it reveals how crisis events create opportunities for technological substitution. When traditional farming methods were disrupted by warfare, synthetic alternatives could be introduced as emergency measures that later became permanent replacements. DDT deployment during World War II followed this exact pattern. The chemical industry positioned synthetic pesticides as modern solutions to ancient problems. DT development in 1946 and commercialization in 1957 created products that required seasonal repurchase rather than one-time installation. A spray can lasting hours generated more revenue than buried metals lasting decades. Draft assessments show that the global insect repellent market reached $5.57 billion in 2024. This revenue depends entirely on product consumption rather than problem resolution. Earth batteries eliminate consumption by solving pest problems permanently through natural electromagnetic effects that require no ongoing inputs. The business model difference explains the information suppression. You cannot patent two metals buried in dirt. You cannot brand soil voltage. You cannot create subscription services for electromagnetic fields generated by galvanic action. Earth batteries provide solutions that eliminate markets rather than serving them. Unverified reports imply that modern research confirming earth battery effectiveness receives minimal funding because successful results cannot be monetized through product sales. University studies showing 100% mosquito larval mortality from copper wire in standing water validate historical observations, but threaten industry revenue streams. I note how this suppression pattern aligns with broader industrial strategies for maintaining profitable problem persistence. When simple solutions eliminate the need for complex products, those solutions disappear from public awareness through non-promotion rather than prohibition. The regulatory environment reveals this strategy. DT remains approved despite documented side effects, including seizures, agitation, and skin irritation. DT dissolves plastics on contact, yet receives approval for direct skin application. Meanwhile, copper wire in soil operates at concentrations 4 times below World Health Organization's safe drinking water limits. This safety comparison exposes the risk tolerance difference between profitable and non-profitable solutions. Chemical products with documented health risks receive regulatory approval and promotional support. Natural methods with centuries of safe use receive neither research funding nor public education campaigns. The historical timeline demonstrates coordinated suppression rather than natural technological evolution. Earth battery knowledge accumulated continuously from 1749 through 1912. Scientific consensus supported the technology. Practical applications proved successful across multiple countries and climates. Then synthetic chemicals appeared, with massive marketing campaigns, while Earth battery information simply stopped appearing in agricultural publications, camping guides, and pest control recommendations. The knowledge didn't evolve beyond usefulness. It was actively replaced by products that generated ongoing revenue. The current trend continues. If it does, consumers will spend billions annually on chemical repellents that last hours, while the technology for permanent pest control using $2 Earth batteries remains hidden in historical documents. The chemical industry maintains market dominance, not through superior effectiveness, but through superior information control. When enough people rediscover that copper and zinc buried in damp soil repel insects within a 20-foot radius for months, without chemicals, batteries, or recurring costs, the $5 billion repellent market faces the same obsolescence threat that caused the original suppression. The Earth battery technology represents exactly the kind of simple, permanent solution that profitable industries cannot allow to reach widespread awareness. It works too well, costs too little, and lasts too long to support business models based on recurring product consumption. The voltage remains in every patch of damp ground. The copper still reacts with zinc through galvanic action. Electromagnetic fields still affect insect behavior patterns. The physics documented in 1749 operate identically in 2026. Only public awareness of these principles was successfully eliminated. When you understand that industries profit from problems persisting rather than problems being solved, you understand why the most effective solutions often remain the least promoted. The Earth battery wasn't forgotten because it failed. It was buried because it succeeded too completely for industries that depend on partial, temporary solutions. History suggests that suppressed knowledge eventually resurfaces when information control becomes impossible to maintain. Social media networks spread practical solutions faster than industry marketing budgets can suppress them. The 270-year-old Earth battery technology is beginning to escape the information blackout that kept it hidden. The two metals, damp soil, and one wire that eliminate insects without chemicals represent more than pest control technology. They represent proof that simple, permanent solutions exist for problems that generate billions in revenue from temporary, expensive alternatives. When enough people discover that their campsites sit above the only insect repellent that never runs out, the chemical industry faces the same market elimination threat that motivated the original suppression. The Earth didn't forget how to generate pest-repelling voltage. Only people forgot how to use it.